Hey, good morning, guys. It's hump day. It's Wednesday, and it's supposed to be 60 degrees today, yo. So I'm wearing my jean jacket, and I'm feeling better. I still got a little bit of the cough left. So I'm excited about that. I've been working out. We did legs the other day. My butt is hurting. Thank you, Sue. Um, and we did boxing yesterday, which was phenomenal. I always love my boxing class, so I'm doing better. Thank you for your prayers and your thoughts. I really appreciate it. But I wanted to actually do a topic on being thoughtful. And you guys know the saying, it's the thought that counts. And I was originally going to talk about or title it the little acts of kindness that matter. Because I think it's a combination of us being so busy in our society, which is a part of it. A lot of people use that as an excuse to not be thoughtful, to not be giving, to not show compassion or kindness to their neighbor, or whoever they may see struggling. But I really think the real reason we don't do that is because we don't know our own significance. Part of the King and Queen series is us recognizing our own, not just our own authority, but our own um, royalty, our own significance. When now if you guys watch, I love Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. I like all those movies. But when you look at somebody who is a king or queen, um, nothing they do is n- what's the word I'm looking for? Inconsequential? Is that the word? Nothing they do is small or insignificant. Every slight thing that they perform, they give, they just even from the wave, if they just wave at you, their people recognize them and they're like, oh, the king waved at me. And I'm not saying that we are so I'm not saying that we're all that I can just wave at somebody and they'll be blessed. But I kind of am. I kind of am, because how often does your smile, your simple smile, affect somebody else? I was listening to Steve Furtick, and he did this series, this one segment on Fix Your Face, and he was talking about, he didn't say the word, but he was talking about the resting bitch face, and when you think about that, how many people walk around because they're so serious and they're so focused and they're so they're grumpy that they're unapproachable. They just look angry all the time, and that's become their resting bitch face. So imagine the effect you would have. I had somebody I was talking to the other night. She was cracking me up because she's extremely perceptive. I don't even think she realizes how perceptive she is. And she was telling me that about myself. And she said, sometimes when I talk to you, Will, it just seems like you just have this attitude that everything is going to work out. And I was like, yeah. Mhm. And she just continued about how I seem to have this, and it was almost like she thought it was insane that I believe in people. And she started asking me questions about, what about people who, aren't good, and blah blah blah. And I said, I know that not everybody has goodwill, okay, but I believe everybody has the potential for goodwill. I believe there is the potential for good in everyone, and I feel like it's my job to push the light, to push the joy, to push the, I don't want to be, to say positivity because it just sounds all new agey, but to in the Bible it talks about to protect your joy, and the reason for that for me is that I know the power of that. I know that my energy, there's always this battle that we have throughout the day, throughout the week, on whose energy is going to have the greater influence. The negative energy of the world or the positive energy that we have within, the joy that we have within. And mind you, um, I have to go to my own sources to refill. My own people, my own friends, my own family, my own motivational videos, my own all those things. I have to fill up the tank again, and I know that. That's why I go to boxing. That's why I go to church. That's why I go to hang out with my friends. That's why I do all that stuff to renew, because I know that the world will wear you down, and I think that's what's happened to a lot of us is that we've allowed the world to wear us down, and we haven't gone back to the river to get refreshed. We've dried out, and we need to immerse ourselves back in the water, the living water, the water that brings us satisfaction, purpose, joy, resilience. So when we realize that, when we realize our own significance, when I am thoughtful, I had somebody the other day when I was really sick, and I put on Facebook, I said, man, I could really use some chicken soup. And I was just putting it out there. I didn't even think someone would bring me chicken soup, and someone did. And it seems so small. And here's the thing: what you do may seem small to you, but it is monumental for somebody else. And so when the young lady brought me the chicken soup, man, I was so grateful. And not only did it touch my stomach, but it touched my heart. And so when we do things, it could it could be the smallest thing to us, but the fact that it was thoughtful and that you thought about that person, it means the world to them often. Whether you're calling somebody to just to say good morning, you know or you're just stopping by somebody's house just to bring them some dinner, you know those kind of things. When me and my friends went down to see Jeffrey's mother, because he had passed away. I it was funny. I felt weird. I didn't want to go because I felt awkward, and I was nervous. And my mom said you should go down and visit Mrs. Sumter. She would really appreciate that. And I'm thinking in my head, she doesn't want to be bothered, blah 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 blah. I don't want to disturb her. um, and then I got it together with my friends. I said, you know what, my mom's right. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. And to see the look on her face when we all showed up, then Michael came later and visited, and we all hung out, and it was just our presence. I'm almost gonna cry. Just our presence, blessed her, and it blessed us in turn. Because we got to sit down and reminisce about Jeff and just us getting together, and we talked about where we were and what's been going on, and she just smiled, and it reminded me how important it is for us to be thoughtful. And I think the only reason we don't do that is because we don't know our own significance. We don't understand our own royalty. We don't understand that we're really truly kings and queens, and that our presence matters. Our acts of kindness matter. And it doesn't matter how small it is. So I guess, that's my topic for this morning. to understand that, your little acts of thoughtful kindness often will travel 1,000 miles because it will multiply, and the effect is exponential. And that little thing that you do may be the last thing a person needs to change their life forever. Okay? So remember that. All right? Talk to you guys later. Peace.